Hello and welcome back to another timeless video. Here with me, Arne, and we are playing a really sweet Lotus Field control deck that has some little combos in it. Credit to Trail of Magic, who I think, innovated this and posted it on his Twitter. And I saw it, and here we are. So, what is going on? We, of course, have Strict Proctor, which we know from Explorer Lotus Fields, where we just have Lotus Field and Strict Proctor. Turn 3 Lotus Field basically means the sacrifice trigger is countered, and you have 3 extra mana. With that, we can cast Teferi, we can cast One Ring, and just have a lot more mana available to us. And then we also have Uro in this deck. And Uro, just like Croxa, I don't know if you ever played with Strict Proctor, your opponent had a Croxa, but I'm very certain it works like that. It essentially counters the escape text on the top. When enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. So it does counter the gain free, draw a card, but it also counters that. So you can go Strict Proctor into Uro and have a 6/6 that attacks and gains you free life, because that is not countered by the Strict Proctor, because it's not an enter the battlefield. So yeah, you can just go turn 2 Strictly into turn 3 6/6 Uro. You also have Stifle, which is just, not better than the other options. You can go turn 2 Lotus Field with Stifle, which is, of course, a lot more broken than turn 3 with Strict Proctor. And what else? Stifle can do some fancy stuff in this format. I mean, Stifle just counters activated abilities. You know what's an activated ability? A fetch land. So you can Stone Rain your opponent for 1 mana. Yeah, that is also something you can do. And then the rest of the deck is Counterspells, Swords of Plowshares, Leyline Binding here, Brainstorm, and then to abuse our Lotus Field mana, we have Teferi and Ring. Maybe it would be nice to even play Memory Deluge, because again, like, the deck has 1 Castle Ardenvale, 1 Hall of Stone Giants in the mana base. But yeah, it doesn't have that many, use cases for the Lotus Field, essentially. Also interesting is the inclusion of 3 copies of Leyline Binding. You do play a lot of lands that are actually kinda, not good. And with Leyline Binding, you also sacrifice lands in some situations with the Lotus Field. I mean, you hope not to, of course, but hey, sometimes you have to. So I don't know about the Leyline Binding. Maybe you want to play, I don't know, some different removal. You could run Supreme Verdict or Temporary Lockdown, for example. For Swords, you could run Portable Hole. Portable Hole is not good with this. But yeah, I guess this is also bad with Strict Proctor. Yeah, I'll play a match with it and see. I mean, Leyline Binding is a really messed up card, but there's maybe a little bit too many non-bows here. All right, let's take a quick look at the sideboard. I didn't make any changes. We have 2 Reprieve for Cavern of Souls, Primeval Titan. 3 I guess. Wow, okay, I mean, this is a bit heavy. The hate for the Primeval Titan is real. We have 5 answers for Primeval Titan with Cavern. That is a lot. I would probably run like 3 of them. Also, like, Aether Gust is a bit of a narrow card. Like, I guess it works well against these red-green decks. Yeah, I guess it can be quite good against Veil of Summer as well, because Veil of Summer does not protect against Aether Gust. Okay, I can see it. So does Reprieve. They're very good against Veil of Summer, both of them. Then we have 2 copies of Teferi for the blue matchups, a 4th copy of Counterspell. The Chosen Graveyard hate is Unlicensors. We're playing Uro, so playing Rest in Peace doesn't make much sense. Then we have 2 more Charms, just grindy matchups, and a couple of Verdicts for creature matchups. I mean, the sideboard could certainly be improved in various ways, but like, honestly, I'm not even sure in which ways. I think there's a good chunk of important cards. It's a bit weird to have these Archmage, Charms, and Counterspells in the sideboard. Sort of like didn't find space in the main deck, put them in the sideboard. Not a totally unusual strategy, but yeah, a little unusual, let's say. But yeah, all in all, I think this idea is super cool. Strict Proctor Uro is hella good. Stifle is kind of neat. Point of comparison, I suppose, would be a normal blue-white control deck. which I'll probably also try again in the future. I've already played with that interesting fragment reality combo shenanigans. That would be the point of comparison, really. Because, I would probably play blue-white control with a green splash for Uro as well, because Uro is just that amazing. And I probably would play Leyline Binding, but I mean, a normal blue-white control deck would be a lot more consistent. One upside of playing Strict Proctor as well is that it is incredibly good against the Field of the Dead deck. All their cards are reliant on like entering the battlefield. They won't get a zombie unless they pay 2 mana. They won't get a Primeval Titan trigger unless they pay 2 mana. They won't get a Spelunking draw a card trigger unless they pay extra mana. So this card is insane against them. And of course they only have like Boseiju as a creature and Blaststone, I guess, as a creature interaction. So they have a really difficult time removing Strict Proctor. Funnily enough, Blood Moon is actually worse than Magus of the Moon would be, which is a 3-mana 2/2 wizard that has the text of Blood Moon. But that one is not legal, because Magus of the Moon, just doesn't die to Boseiju, which is the main interaction the Titan deck has. Alright guys, that is blue-white Lotus Field. Let's try it out. Okay, our first hand. Yeah. This is sort of where that thought kicks in right away, like, oh wait, if I would just be playing a normal blue-white control deck, I wouldn't have these weird cards that don't do anything in my deck. Yeah, so, and you also don't have Mystic Sanctuary, which is a pretty messed up card. In any case, can I keep this? I guess I won't play. I think I'll try it. A Stifle could hit a fetch land. And yeah, I mean, Strict Proctor might be good. We'll see. And yeah, Leyline Binding at least is a turn free play. Prosperous Innkeeper. Okay, I assume this is Yakmoth. Yakmoth making a bunch of life. Okay. Yakmoth. I mean, playing a Strict Proctor is so painful with the Leyline Binding. This is a triggered ability. I mean, this makes these unplayable. Yeah, that's just not... I have to change the deck, I think. Like, I would like to just slam the Strict Proctor out there. Probably disrupt my opponent here and there. I would have to, yeah. I would have to sacrifice my 2 removal spells, essentially, which is not worth it. Okay, now we're talking. Huh. Quite interesting. What do? Do I go for it? Then my Leyline Bindings will be kind of shitty. My opponent could go Yakmoth and then kill my Proctor. They have probably Orcish Bowmasters here. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering if I should just keep up my charm. They go end of turn Bowmasters, hit me down to 14. Then next turn I can go Proctor, Lotus Fields. Alright, I don't know, I'll just go for it, but I might be punished severely here. They have Yakmoth or Court of Calling. But like the thing is, if I keep up Charm, they can just play around. Like if they have a Court of Calling, they can just pass the turn. And then it's this waiting game. Maybe you have to engage in that waiting game. Tough. I don't know. A little bit like I haven't played against Yakmoth in this format. I have not played this Strict Proctor deck before. I don't really know how the matchup goes. Are you supposed to risk it? If you play it safe and keep up the charm there and like not develop your own game plan, are you gonna be punished somehow? There's a bunch of fireworks going off on the streets already. People are cracking fireworks already. It's the 28th here. Okay, I mean, this is obviously fantastic for me. Nothing from them. My Leyline Binding is a bit more expensive now, unfortunately. But that's how it is, I guess. So it cost me 5, essentially. It takes away my entire turn. If I play this, it would get even worse. Yeah, I guess I'll just play Hallowed Fountain. The 1-3 stopping everything. Fatal Push. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I mean, I guess I wish I would have played another one. Yep. Lighted Halfling. Yep. I think Grist is not on Arena, and Grist is a very powerful card for the deck. But I don't have to worry about that one. I gotta be careful with the Archmage Charm, but I'm just gonna keep that for Yakmov. I'm 1-3 just holding the fort. Stifle didn't look great in this game. Okay, they're just conceding. Alright. Cool. Verdict, yes. I wonder, I mean, hers stops the wolf from coming back. Are they running Soul Cauldron? They might be running Soul Cauldron, huh? Yeah. Walking Ballista, maybe. It does stop those a little bit. Wonder about the Stifle. It seems like, I mean, they haven't played a single fetch land this game. I mean, I'm assuming they're playing fetch lands. Aether Gust, I don't like. I think Reprieve is better than Aether Gust because it does hit Yakmov. Arguably, the counterspells are a bit risky against Halfling. But they can also be pretty good. Maybe I do like Reprieve in for counterspell. Not sure. It's difficult to board with this deck when there's like so many cards that seem like you can't cut them. I guess I could have kicked out Teferi and Ring. Just feel like the deck, I mean, it has Uro as well. Maybe you can kick out some of the expensive stuff, yeah. Okay, so here we can go headquarters into... We do have blue-green lands, right? We have one breeding pool, so we could go Xander's Lounge into Temple Garden to get everything. Xander's Lounge into Temple Garden. Then we have all types. Okay. Oh no, I'm stupid. I could have brainstormed. I was so locked in on my... just take the Proctor. My hand is still pretty great. I can get Xander's Lounge here. Oh, Hallowed Fountain is also pretty aggressive. Now I can Brainstorm and then get Temple Garden and cast it. I might just put back this Lotus Field. And what else? Hallowed Fountain. And have 3 lands, a Brainstorm, 2 Binding. No, 1 binding because I'm casting 1, but I have Reprieve as well and 1 Teferi. Okay. Yeah, you could also leave a land and put back something else, I guess. Xander's launch is certainly nice. Yeah, Leyline Binding looking good. There, when the Strict Proctor is not in play. It's another Lotus Field. They might have Bowmaster. I'm just gonna chill. They have Bowmaster. Oh no, they don't. Oh, they're just conceding. Interesting. Well, that was a bit of a non-game. Okay. I don't know about the Leyline Binding. Card is obviously insanely good. You really want to play it. Then again, it's a bit of a non-bow. But I guess when you have all the mana in the world, you're fine paying 2 more extra. Especially if you already got all the basic land types. Maybe that's worth the downside. I mean, oh god. Oh god. 6 lands. A Brainstorm. I'm on the draw. If my opponent has 4 seas, I'm super dead. No, I don't know. I'm just moving it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you need this. Maybe you're just good running Strict Proctor and the Stifle, and you don't run Thespian stage. It's just so awkward. Such a awkward colorless land to have with like Archmage's Charm and Counterspell and yeah. Leyline Binding. Blue-black control, maybe? Yeah, counter that. Like, I'm probably playing against blue-black control here. And they don't have anything powerful besides Bowmaster anyway, so they're just hardcasting. So do I give them... I think I do give them a bigger creature here. I think it's okay. It's like I could just swords. Or I could... It's fine. I have a little bit of a bigger creature. It's okay, I think. I mean, wouldn't be surprised if they have Counterspell in their hand. Yeah, I probably should play around it. Awkward. I think they have Counterspell though. They're just holding it up here. I'm glad I have this Castle Ardenvale. Wow, this deck doesn't play a single basic. Okay. Yeah. No. That ain't it. I guess I needed to get a white source there though. I couldn't get blue. You know, 5 in the bin. This Uro will get countered though, so there's that. Might just make more 1/1s, honestly. could counter the Oros. I could, like, yeah, I could counter the escape thingy with the Stifle. They kind of need to counter that, to be honest. That was the line I could have taken. It's cool that Stifle can still get a fetch land, though. Demonic Tutor. I assume they're just getting Island. It's just a 2-mana. Oh, Watery Grave, sure. They need triple black for some reason. I could just keep on Ardenvale. Like, it's very obvious that they have 6 mana in play. It's very obvious that they're just holding up Counterspell. 5 cards in hand. I mean, I could slowly get them out of Counterspells. They let that happen, they have to. I see. Okay. Yeah, if I exile my graveyard, they don't have the option to use this any longer. So that's why they're doing that. Brainstorm. I can copy the Watery Grave, and that gives me more domain for Leyline Binding. Yeah, I think this blue-black control deck is really strong too. It's certainly one of the decks that impressed me the most. But it has to adapt to the field deck. I don't know how it does. I mean, you play a bunch of Aether Gust, but you still lose to just them going Field of the Dead as a land, you know, just playing lands. So I don't know how it beats Field of the Dead. That might be a tough matchup. Yeah. I'm just gonna chill on this Ardenvale. Okay. No, fair enough. The top pile will be face down, yeah. I really don't want to give them Bowmaster. Oh, this is brutal. Brutal Sorin's Ransom. Only good cards. Only good cards. They also like to have the land, so if I show them, like, this is probably the correct split. I mean, if I give them both black cards, they're just gonna take this easily, right? If I give them charm and land, they're gonna take that, I guess. I guess I'm happy. I'm happy if they do this. Yeah, this was maybe the turn where I should have done something to stop them from doing that. Yeah, they did take the land. At least no Bowmaster. Yeah. Something like Memory Deluge is very good with Lotus Field as well. Just much better than Teferi against counterspells. That sucks. But yeah, you really see the weaknesses that this deck has right now. I could have played more aggressively. I could have done something last turn. That is... Oh, wow. I can stifle the trigger. Now they have to use Counterspell. Yeah. This deck should also play Veil of Summer. Probably. Yeah. Arguably I made a mistake by not playing something last turn, probably. Giving them that option to Sorin's Ransom was just too much. But I don't know if it would have saved me. I don't think so. Just drawing Teferi into Teferi was kind of brutal. I probably have a Fated Push. I mean, I can still get out of it if I draw like a Counterspell here. Maybe. No, I have the mana too. Yeah. Maybe I should Brainstorm first. 3 Bowmasters gone. I mean, I could start Ardenvale again. This is 4, 5, 4, 7, 8. Alright, I'm going for Teferi Uro next turn. That's what my plan is here, to go around a Counterspell. Hoping they basically don't have a Bowmaster, which, I mean, they don't have a Bowmaster. Otherwise they would have cast it in response to this. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And I put the Teferi on top to hide it against Snapcaster Thoughtseize, or just Thoughtseize. Oh no. Because I don't have basics, I'm gonna deal myself a ton of damage now. Oh, fuck. I can't. I can't. You're not running any basics when you're running all these fetches is wrong as hell. Sorry to say. It's really wrong. You have to have at least one island, you know? I can't cast this and that in the same turn. Stupid. Stupid! Ah, so frustrating. This would have worked. It would have worked. Man, that is so annoying. Man, it really pisses me off. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to make some changes to this deck. Now I can only play one of the... Just get out of here. Like, this card is just not playable in this format. Like, if I have to... You know, the Lotus Field stuff is cute and all, but... These cards are too expensive. Too expensive. Yeah. This would have been an interesting game if I could have had one of these in play right now. think I'm gonna leave the Sparas. I can also get Uro twice, I guess. And then I would have to get the Sparas, actually, yeah. I don't know. I maybe played too passively this entire game. That just resolves. Sure. Okay. I guess that's it. At this point, I won't play another card. Like, that doesn't make any sense. They will just counter it. I don't know what the game plan is here. Because they can return Bowmasters. Make my card draw awkward. What a weird game. Shoot my face even. That is interesting. They have to discard a bunch. They're probably gonna fatal push my Uro here. It's also like these card draw effects are so terrible against Orc. It's like Memory Deluge goes around this. Dig Through Time does. I could have tried to kill this in an attack. I have 6 mana. Now I have 7. Okay, let it go. You're really afraid of this Teferi, huh? This Castle Ardenvale has done some work. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what this does, at least for me, is that I'm sort of seeing what is not good. I think in this format, with Bowmaster being, you know, the most played card, you have to be really careful how much you want to have actual draw effects in your deck as card advantage, and you have to sort of mix it up a little bit, I think. Or you have to play a lot of answers for Bowmaster yourself, of course. And if you're playing blue-black, you have Fatal Push, you have Bowmaster, you have Snapcaster, Fatal Push. So you have a lot of ways to deal with Bowmaster, so that helps, of course. You also have Dig Through Time, which is card advantage. Sovereign's Ransom and Dig Through Time, which are both great card advantage spells that go around the goblin. Drown in the lock. I said the goblin. The orc. You know what I'm talking about. This Uro is doing a lot of work as well, which, yeah, Uro is a bit of a problem card for black and blue. They have Cling to Dust, I guess. Normal list probably play one Cling to Dust main deck. Counterspell. Alright. 7 cards in hand after Dig Through Time. I have 6, 8, 10, 12 mana. I have 6 life. Kinda want this Uro to resolve this time. What about the ring? What about Teferi? Maybe I can bait them to counter this. Yeah, looks like they will go for a counter here. Cool. That's good. Now I can resolve either of the two. They might have Snapcaster Shieldred's Edict. Yeah, I think I'll just... Getting a Teferi down could really be game-changing. I think I'll try that. They're likely gonna just Snapcaster Shieldred's Edict me, which is unfortunate, but if they don't have that, that would be good for me. They concede. Okay, well, I guess I might have done some missteps that game, but ultimately it was good enough. Okay, I think Leyline Binding is just not good enough. I think Stifle, I'll probably kick you out. I want Teferi, I want hers, I want Archmage Charm. And now I have 26 lands, Strict Proctor, Lotus Field, and a bunch of expensive planeswalkers. Yeah, Veil of Summer would help. Would definitely help. I'm gonna kick out at least one Teferi. Leyline Binding, just for the orc. I assume they're just gonna cast it like turn 2 on the play. Not even letting me like counterspell it. Stern Scolding is also a sweet card. Really, really good against this deck for my opponent here. Countering everything. Snappy, Lurus, Orc. It's a card that every blue deck has to play, in my opinion. In like 2 copies, likely is a good number for that card. Not every blue deck, but all these blue keep my mana open type of decks, they have to play at least two Stern Scolding. That card is just too good. I think I'm keeping this. Yes, it doesn't have many lands, but I do have a Brainstorm. And it sort of has the perfect early game that I want. So it's just a keep for me. Huh? What is going on? Why, Jesus. I'm sort of lagging with my mouse. Nice. Keep a 1-lander, draw 2 lands off the top. That's how you do it in the business. Looks like they're having a bit of a struggling draw here. I could go for Brainstorm. I mean, Lorien Revealed is also an interesting one with Lotus Field. It gives you something to do with your mana. Could be a good combination. Brainstorm. And what do I put back? I kind of like my hand. I mean, the Proctor maybe. I mean, I need the Proctor for later. Probably, maybe I should just put back a Counterspell. I mean, do I need the Proctor? I think Counterspell is more valuable. Yeah, Lotus Field, sorry, Lorien Revealed. Could be good with Lotus Field. What's going on? My mouse is not working properly. I got a new mouse for Christmas, and it's just already making me trouble. That's not good. Yeah, it's definitely spasming. Okay, I'm gonna change my mouse probably after this. It just doesn't seem to work properly. Look at this, it just makes random things. I think I'm just gonna cast this, and like, I'm happy if they counter, I'm happy if they kill it. Just want to get cards into the graveyard for Uro. I'm super happy about that, super happy. Couldn't be more happier. It, arguably, maybe you should have swords to the orc, because then can't come back to Luris. It's okay, I think. Playing Otavara. Probably. Jesus Christ, my mouse is so buggy. Didn't do anything like that before, but now it's like controlling itself. Gotta go back to the old one. There's something stuck there. Jesus. Alright, pass the turn. That's gonna get countered. It was all good until now, so. Oh, that worked. Gotta keep Snapcaster in mind. But now Lure is not an issue anymore. They have dig through time. Well, okay. Not even trying to resolve your dig through time. What's going on with the early concessions today? People just don't want to play. I mean, this card is very, very tough on this deck, of course. That's sort of the weakness of blue-black artifacts. Lands like Field of the Dead. Although I guess you could play Field of Ruin, but that would make your mana base a lot worse. Like, you couldn't really play Mystic Sanctuary at that point. I mean, maybe you could, but then, like, Field of Colorless lands are just super rough with like Archmage Charm and Counterspell. That's why I'm not loving the Thespian stage. I guess my opponent was just tilted. I don't know what happened there. They just thought I'm gonna, like, they have to struggle through Uro and through like this graveyard hate piece that completely shuts off their deck if they don't have a Pithing Needle or something like that. Yeah. I'm trying to rationalize this early decision with a dig through time on the stack. But yeah, I think I can see where it comes from. Alright guys, a small intervention here. I made some changes to the deck list. I didn't quite kick out the Leyline Binding yet. I'll leave it, but I'm questioning that. I made some changes to the mana base. Added some basic lands. I added Memory Deluge and Lorien Revealed, trimmed down on Teferis, and I added some Veil of Summers and Stern Scoldings, 2 copy each, to the sideboard, kicking out the Archmage Charm and Counterspell cards. Yeah, you could maybe kick out one or more of these and add like another Memory Deluge if you want something against control decks. Like Archmage Charm is such a weird sideboard card. A charm, you know, of that kind that is so flexible as it is best in the sideboard. So, like, if you have it in a it's best in the main deck. If you have it in a sideboard, it's like you could literally bring it against anyone, or like make good reasonable points to bring it in against anyone, and then at that point why not play it main deck, you know? Yeah. All right. Well, let's try this. Leonar 02. Okay. Oh man. I'll get out of here. This is rough. Okay, this is the normal blue-white control hand. I can get behind this hand any day, not behind 3 Strict Procties. And we haven't really gotten the Strict Proctor Uro line of play. Honestly, man, like 2-drops with 3 toughness especially, they die so easily too, I feel like. Like, playing my Strict Proctor on turn 2 in so many matchups, I think it's just gonna result in it dying before I get to cast Uro turn 3, you know? Okay, looks like we're playing against Primeval Titan. It's gonna be interesting. Alright. It's a forest, huh? I didn't know that. So it's just another fetchable forest, I guess. Fetch lands are also quite good with Field of the Dead. I think I should copy that. Yeah, and I'm playing the hate deck, opponent. I have it all. I'm playing the hate deck. I have Strict EP. Just gonna shut off your entire deck, and there he is. Yeah, I mean, they could play the ring. It's the one card I'm afraid of here. But I'm gonna do it. They need untapped land, and this deck doesn't play that many untapped lands. It's a lot of tap lands. Spelunking doesn't work right now because they need 2 more mana to. I mean, the effect is gonna stick, but not the trigger. We can get Xander's Lounge, have the Leyline Binding be cheap, and that's perfect for us. Super nice. I could cast Aura, depending on what they do here. Sunken Citadel. So if they have Castle Ardenvale, they can cast the Titan next turn. But the Titan won't do anything. Okay, they have that cavern anyways. I think they're not used to playing in Strict Proctor. I mean, that's a pretty effective hate card against that deck. Yeah, like, I think they missed the... Oops. The mouse is just... I don't know, it's... Should have exchanged it. I'm gonna lose because of that stupid mouse. What's wrong with you, buddy? What's wrong with you? Maybe the surface. Maybe the surface. Okay, I'll try a different surface. I'll try my table. Okay, yeah, I think I'll just do this because I don't see a downside. Like, if they go Titan, they can't get anything. Strict Proctor shuts it off. Yeah. Got me an Uro. And I have Leyline Binding for next turn. Castle Ardenvale. They don't even have a Titan this turn, right? Because they didn't play the Citadel. That was so weird, right? Yeah, but no Titan for you, huh? This is an easy game from here on out. I can just play Teferi. And I don't have to be afraid because Strict Proctor shuts them down completely. I mean, this is better than Blood Moon against them. I mean, Blood Moon sticking is pretty insane, but the reason this is better because it just cannot die that easily. But yeah, you gotta be careful. This costs 3 mana. Not just 1 mana, it costs 3 when you have this in play. Gotta be careful there. And the more Strict Proctor, the more expensive it gets. Da, da, da. Yeah, come, play your Titan. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Now they have enough mana to... Okay, pay for it first. Okay, so they can get Field of the Dead. Okay. But like the thing is, they have to pay every single time to get a zombie. So it's not particularly effective. They didn't even use the Cavern of Souls? I guess they needed to do it this way. I see, yeah. Because otherwise they wouldn't be able to do all this. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. I mean, they have Layer of the Hydra, which they can attack me back, but like, they could have killed my Teferi there, but they just realized this is just hopeless. All right. Cool. Aether Gust, Reprieve. I mean, we play 4 more hate cards for this for this deck. Well, we already have the ultimate hate card in our main deck. It is a bit overkill. Don't you think? It's a bit overkill. Okay. I mean, you could still lose to like Ring and lots of lands and all that, so let's not get hyped up too much, I guess. I think I might just kick out Leyline Binding. It's pretty vulnerable to Boseijus and stuff. And I have 4 swords. The only thing I really care about is the big boy. Might kick out a Counterspell maybe. Could also kick out Stifle, but it's like, yeah, maybe Stifle is worse. It's like Counterspell can still hit the ring. Yeah, it can hit the ring, it can hit Spelunking. I guess Leyline Binding also hits ring. Yeah, ring could be a bit problematic for me. Ring is a way to get around Procty. This hand is definitely a keep. I can go end of turn on their turn 2, also on their turn 3. I could go Brainstorm and then Lorien Revealed to shuffle. That's kind of cute. Oh, what? You're playing this without a land drop? I mean, that's not what you should do. The opponent doesn't know how to play the deck, I guess. That's not a play that you ever make. Do I just play Proctor here? Yeah, I think so. It stops Spelunking already in itself. There's nothing really I need to reprieve. Like, no fear of what's it called? Ring. So yeah, I can do it. Sylvan Scrying. That card I did not play. They could be playing Natural Order, which after I recorded the Simic Field video, I was like, we have all these 1/1s, these Grazers and the Kamis. We can just play Natural Order and go for a Titan super quickly. Yeah. Let's just say videos coming up. Attack 1? No, I mean the thing has reach. We'll see if they block. Okay. Okay, you got me. So now the worry is to lose like over time to some Field of the Dead shenanigans. Something uncounterable doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. It's gonna get countered. Oh man. Aether Gust, like counterspells are so good against Natural Order as well, which is pretty brutal. Okay. Maybe like this. I don't even have the Leyline Binding left in my deck, so I don't need to get Xander's Lounge. I don't have a clock right now. Just kind of hoping that the Brainstorm finds me something. But I have plenty time. They basically went to mulligan to 4 because all these cards don't do anything. But here you can at least get forests. I mean, that is... I'm just surprised they're just playing it out as a 1/1. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Stomping Ground. Maybe they have Lightning Bolt? It just hurts. It hurts. Yeah, I think this is the Natural Order version, which is even worse against me, I guess. I think I'm gonna keep the fetch around. Draw go. I mean, they're playing their ETBs into my Proctor. Yeah. It's not great. The end. Alright. Okay, you got yourself a forest. Wait. Oh, they were able to cast it. Okay. Well, there you got some life points. You're welcome. Hello. Hello. Okay. Thanks. I'm good. Don't need to pay for that. Thank you very much for asking. I mean, they're a couple lands short because they have 5 different ones right now. No, just 4 different ones, so they need 3 more. I'm gonna brutalize them so badly with these reprieves. It's gonna get ugly. Proctor. I mean, a Natural Order version, I guess, is a bit more all-in. This is just great. Fortunately, I can't, you know, abuse my advantage with any lands or anything. Oh my god, a second field of that is awkward for them. Ugh, yeah. Oh gosh. I am just gonna swords this. It's like I don't plan on. I don't want them to have, you know. Okay, there it is. That's game. Yeah. Funny thing is, oh no, never mind. If I only had one Strict Proctor, I could have paid for the ability that gives me an extra land drop and sort of still get my card that way. But because I have 2, I'm not going to pay 4 mana and then not have counterspells up. That does not sound like a good idea. And yeah, there was the one thing that we needed to get this game done with. I think that actually warrants a counterspell because it gives them a creature for natural order and it gives them a primeval titan. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I didn't need to counter that, but yeah, I did. So I mean, yeah, this game is in the back. It's in the back. But yeah, I mean, the Primeval Titan deck is very powerful, of course. I think I saw... Glad I have these Aether Gust, huh? I think I saw someone post about it and say like, oh my god, this deck is super broken, blah blah blah, and like the format is solved. Like I saw someone post that on Twitter, and maybe not that extreme, but sort of like, oh, this format is solved. It wasn't even this version, it was the blue-green version. Yeah, I mean, you just put like 2 Aether Gust, 2 Reprieve in your sideboard, and it's already like a much better matchup. Of course, my opponent really did something. Like they made some very bad plays that game, but imagine I had an Uro much earlier this game, they wouldn't even have gotten this much time. And I think like the Strict Proctor was kind of, it of course helped a lot, but you can beat this deck. What I'm trying to say is that you can beat this Titan deck with just sideboard cards like Aether Gust and so on. Also Snapcaster with Aether Gust is of course brutal because that gives you even more copies of Aether Gust. And these decks are so linear and so easy to attack in that way. They have like Veil of Summer and uncounterable like run and discard, which they bring in against you. But as long as you have Aether Gust, you're going to be fine. I guess you could play Verdict to deal with run. And in black, you even have Shieldred's Edict, which is going to be good against those as long as they don't have other 1/1s that they can sacrifice, which they might have. Yeah. All right, well, that was Lotus Field control. All in all, I think it's not worth the Lotus shenanigans. It's cute. When I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, you can do all this, and Stifle can counter fetch lands, But Stifle has never been good in control decks. Like, Stifle is a card that has been legal in Legacy forever, and only the super low to the ground aggressive Delver strategies used to play Stifle back in the days. Never a control deck, at least as far as I know. So it's not great for a deck like this. Strict Proctor, sure, very amazing in this matchup, but then in other matchups it will enable their Fatal Push and so on and so on. I like the draw go type of control more, and then just play Uro as a kill condition, and you can also play 4 Leyline Binding and have like 4 swords, 4 Leyline Binding, and be really good in that department. Maybe even play Bowmaster, and at that point you're probably already halfway towards the 5-color Lorien deck that I made a video on recently. Yeah, which if you're playing all colors, why not? And that deck is pretty good too, I think. All right, guys, that was it for Lotus Field Blue-White. Ship me your opinions, your ideas on this as well, and maybe I forgot something, some interactions or whatever. Always let me know in the comments. Alright guys, take care and see you in the next one.